people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. So I'm filming this one straight away after part one, and in part one I take you through my experience of making the Power Bra by Greenstyle Creations. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that, then do pop over. I'll pop a link up here and I take you through what could be a hair-raising experience. So if the thought of making anything to do with sportswear does this to you, then please keep watching. Just as I explained in the first one, yeah, it's a lot easier than you think. And you know what? I like to put photos in like that because, you know, this is reality versus Instagram, or reality versus social media, I think. I'm just a normal person. I've got dog flaps going in the background. I've got, you know, crazy lockdown hair, and I'm making sportswear and I'm making it work. So please keep watching. Now, I've got to tell you, the Greenstyle Creations Tempo Tights are just the loveliest design. Now, Greenstyle Creations is a relatively new pattern company to me, although I've heard of them, of course I have. But I was inspired by this whole let's make some sportswear by the wonderful Tamlin from A Sewn on the Time. I've put up the picture of her in her running gear that she made. She made those last month, I think, maybe the month before, and she's talked about it in her recent video. So please go. I'm sure you've already watched that, but if you haven't, then check her out. And I just thought, it got me thinking, could I make sportswear that would actually work? Would it be comfortable enough? Would it be supportive enough? Is it time consuming? Is it too expensive? And my result is, it's great fun to make, it's lovely to wear, and I get that sort of inner glow that says, I made this, I made it, and it's working, and it's holding me, and I can run, and I can look different to everybody else. Not that I'm looking to look different to everybody else, but it's nice to have something different out there. And it's something I didn't have in my me-made wardrobe. So let's talk about the Tempo Tights. The Greenstyle Creations is a phenomenal website. Wow, there are so many different designs of running tights available, or leggings. As I film, actually, they've just released the Simpatico leggings, which are just amazing, easy design of leggings, and they were on sale. By the time this comes out, that won't be the case, but if you haven't heard of Greenstyle Creations, I would very much encourage you to whiz over and have a look. And they have a Facebook site as well, which is just full of amazing tips on how to make things. So yeah, it's definitely worth a follow for sure. Tempo Tights, I was attracted to that because of the colour blocking opportunities. Now, when it comes to making sportswear, as I've explained in part one, I'm happy to explain here in part two, you will need fabric that has got the right amount of stretch. Now, you can't use any natural products involved in that. It's man-made all of the way, and that's due to the lycra content. So yeah, so you need something that's going to have stretch in it. It's got to have 75% stretch, and that's so that you get the compression fit and therefore the support that you need. This also is will wick your sweat away. You don't want anything that's absorbent of your sweat. And yeah, it's just incredibly comfortable because of the fluidity and the stretch that it provides, which is exciting. I'm still on the hunt, on the quest to find UK-based companies that offer a variety of patterned athletic fabric at reasonable prices. As I've mentioned before, funky fabrics. We've got oh goodness, it's gone out of my head now. Oh goodness, funky fabrics. Wattle and Slate, sorry, my head's fallen off, hasn't it? Wattle and Slate do the most amazing range of, you have to pre-order those, but the quality is absolutely sensational. You could do spoon flour. Lots of sites in America have got lycra and spandex, but then obviously you pay duty on that. So I'd love it if the UK manufacturers or fabric shops would delve into their the supplier details and see if they can get hold of some more lycra for us, please. That would be lovely. I bought this from Tiernite Fabrics. They have the most amazing array of lycra. Now this is matte lycra, and it's got a 4-way stretch, and literally if you just put matte 4-way stretch in, you'll come up with a load of different colours. Now they have got some patterned lycra on their site, but it's not of the right quantity. It's sort of either silk quality, sorry, because it's either silk or ITY or something like that, and you're going to need some structure to this. There is the option in both the Tempo Tights and the Power Bra to add clear elastic. I haven't, so it's quite surprising that there is no additional elastic in these Tempo Tights. Even on the waistband, it is just the waistband itself, and I've found the fit is fantastic. Comes in a lot of different size. It's a really good size inclusivity. What I was actually going to say is that you've got the option to print petite, standard or tall, which is really good. So please make sure you check which size you're going to print before you print it, and then try to put it together and then go, oh, I wonder why it says tall on that piece. Note to self, yes, did print the wrong size, which is really annoying because I hate wasting paper and printing paper. But anyway, so petite, standard, tall, which is excellent. And also you've got waistband options as well. So you've got ultra high, you've got high rise and standard. I actually made the ultra high rise because again I wanted to give myself as much support and coverage as I could. Now whilst I've made a Tempo bra and the Power Sports Bra and the Tempo Tights, whether or not I'll ever be brave enough to wear them just out in the open like I have in the picture, I'm not sure, but I should, because why not? We've all got boobs, so I should, and I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed of my body. Yeah, I'm quite the opposite. I'm very happy with, very happy, happy in general, which is lovely. So making the tights themselves, really straightforward. The instructions were brilliant. Now I have to give a heads up here to Rach from Stitched Up. She has done a sew along for the Tempo Tights and it's very good. So I really encourage you, if you haven't already, to check out that. She just takes you through it step by step. And it was just brilliant. So I definitely watched that before I started creating them. Let me show you the tights themselves. My daughter hates the fact they're called running tights. Running leggings. I opted to make the pocket. Now, can I just say to you, if you're hesitating in making the pocket, do not. I mean, who doesn't want a pocket for a start? But this pocket, you can see how far it goes down, is perfect for your phone and your keys or a house key or something. And it's incredibly easy to make. You actually start the construction with the pocket itself because it's actually built into the side seam. It sort of folds up on itself and then back again in order to make it a fully enclosed pocket there, which is such a neat feature. And because I've chosen to do mine in the light is disappearing now, because I've chosen to do mine in the colour blocking, actually when you've got them on you can hardly even tell they're there, but you know they're there. It's got a lovely waistband, really supportive. Now I bought a metre of both coloured fabrics and it was enough for me to make, just, I have to say, they are literally the remnants I've got left. The sports bra, so the Power Bra in the largest size they do in terms of the cut that is, which is obviously the bit that takes the most fabric. And then I made a size G in the Tempo Tights. So I have a waistband of 32 inches and my hips are 41 inches. So that is a G. So I'm just looking there. They also, which is really clever, they give you measurements for your the circumference of your thigh and circumference of your calf as well. So if you have needed to make adaptations there, you could definitely blend between sizes. But I made a straight size G and the fit is amazing, straight out of the packet, if you like, or straight hot off the sewing machine. So yeah, they are the tights themselves. I am so pleased with how they've come out and they look really professional. They look just shop bought really. There's a top tip that Rachel gave on her sew along, which was to top stitch. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Actually, maybe I'll show you the other side. Yeah, you can see the contrasting stitch there. To top stitch down the seam allowance on your waistband. It would have been really good if I'd remembered to do that on both pieces of the waistband. I didn't, I forgot. I was so excited. So I've stuck, you can see it on the inside. I've top stitched down one side and then forgot to top stitch down the other. It actually just makes it look really nice on the outside. I don't know if you can actually see that or not. Yeah, I think so. It just looks really smart. I was going to say to you, but I got sidetracked as ever, that I didn't have enough to make the waistband the same on both, on the inside and the outside. I could just call it a design feature, of course, but it doesn't matter. Nobody sees it. So I made the inside a different colour to the outside. And actually I quite like it. It's kind of quite funky. They are very neat because I made mine on the overlocker. The whole thing genuinely came together really, really easily. So you can see a bit better there, the pocket construction. So you can sit there. I've used my variegated thread on my overlocker just to add a bit of fun there. But you can see they came together really neatly, really tidily, just very straightforward to make and not complicated at all. Actually, cutting out the fabric was probably the trickiest thing because it's a little bit slippery, and I actually for the first time bought a self-healing mat and used a rotary cutter to cut the fabric so that I got a really accurate cut. And I think that's half the trick to it, isn't it? If you accurately cut it, then it's going to sew together as well. In terms of top tips, I just followed the instructions, genuinely, very straightforward indeed. The only thing I didn't have was the dog ears they talk about. And I'm not sure why really. When you're sewing some pieces together, just like say for example the side panel here, there should, in the pictures they show dog ears, which is basically an overlap of the fabric, and that's to ensure that when you sew them together they sit together absolutely 100%. I didn't have that, but it didn't matter because they sewed together really accurately anyway. I just thought I'd mention that in case anyone else came across that. I really like the tip of, and it does explain it in the pattern piece, baste your edges together where you come to a place where you've got different colours in particular or seams coming together. Baste them together before, just literally about that much across the seam before you overlock it, because the overlocker can sometimes have a tendency to sort of push ahead and maybe the fabrics would come apart slightly, and therefore you want to make sure that when you have done that, I'll just show you. So for example here you can make sure that these seams line up 100% so you haven't got any crossover. Yeah, to be honest that one's about 1 millimetre out, but it doesn't matter, you don't see that particularly when you're moving around and running and things. But I'll put a picture in. I haven't got any footage of me running or anything. I just love them, and they are there's definitely going to be more made, especially as I'm running more, and we're about to go into daylight savings here, otherwise known as springtime, so our days will be longer and I'll be able to run more. As I say, didn't add any of the optional elastic, and they stay upright. They stay up. I don't adjust these at all when I'm running. I just literally overlocked the hem and then turned it up. You could twin stitch this if you like to. You can actually do some top stitching. I'm showing you, you can't see. Top stitch the seams down if you want to. I've seen the people have done some sort of flat fells seaming using a cover stitch, which looks amazing across all of these seams, sorry. As I say, the Greenstyle Creations Facebook site is just amazing for inspiration in terms of what people have come up with, and they do all these sorts of fit modules where people are making jackets and tops and t-shirts and things. And I would quite like to make a t-shirt that has an open back to it, A, so that I'm covering my tummy, but B, so that you can see the feature of the elastic at the back. But I hope that's interesting to you. As I say, it's not scary at all. So I now have myself a set of running wear, which I'm really pleased with. So that's part one, was the tempo tights. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. Part one is the power bra. This is a bra, Cara, it's not tights. And then part two, which is today's video, was the tempo tights. So thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more content like this, then please don't forget to subscribe, because I love you being here. Until next time, everyone, take care. See you soon. Bye bye.